Let's start our meeting. It's 3 o'clock. Larry, would you like to lead us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Some folks get up close.
Since I got my blocked artery, I slowed down totally. Can't hardly get up.
Welcome, everyone. We'll go ahead and do some roll call here. Jerry Anderson,
Here.
Carol Hunt,
Here.
Larry Hill,
Here.
Jim Little,
Here.
Rick Chapiti,
Here.
Bill Duncan,
Excuse.
excused, Donetta Loomis,
Here.
Roy Brockton.
Here.
We have Mary Newman and her VSO staff. And Commissioner Freeman is excused today. Alright. Did everybody have a chance to look at the previous minutes? Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Alright, we'll go right to the Roseburg VA update. Do we have any updates from the VA?
Well, I'll just say that our meetings with the director, the last two have been canceled.
Has
So
this one been canceled?
This month,
No, not yet.
not yet, but
Not yet. It probably will be. Just like Codell meetings are always canceled.
Yeah,
Well,
Codell was.
we were told that the state of the facility, that we were gonna be invited to that in late October. And I haven't heard anything. Does anyone else?
Adele was canceled, I haven't heard anything.
Or is there some changes going on there that
I can speak to the urology department, that they lost 2 doctors. They only have one now.
Oh my God,
They
who
have
was
one
it?
doing the work at 3, so they're sending veterans out to the community, to
Yeah,
Oregon
who
urology.
Who's
So-
here? Who's left?
Dr. S, whatever, I can't
So
pronounce
the
her
lady
name.
quit.
When and Dr. Two have gone.
they retire or?
I have no idea.
I know that optometry lost their optometrist also, cause I just got farmed out to the community for that, so. They are losing people.
That's too bad. Carol, do you have any updates for the forum, the Veterans Forum?
Not really, was there? No, it was pretty. Hustler.
Larry?
As part of the undertakings of this veterans group and Veterans Forum, we were able to deliver the first part of the order out to
UCC.
UCC. So this last, go ahead and pass those down. That was the report, if you haven't seen it from last month. We took out an Epson printer, replacement ink, microwave, toaster,
Frame of paper.
box of paper, a whole big plastic bag of purloin pens. I don't know if you see it. So we got that now, and those were all generated through donations. So now we gotta start working on some of the bigger ones.
And food.
And the food bank information sheet, food bank information and food. And start searching for a little more money because there's things we need to get done. And apparently, when I spoke with folks out there, the facilities people haven't done anything about the double door, the Dutch door yet. So I said, well, I'll be happy to speak to them, and Ann said, no, it's okay, I'll take care of it. Okay, so, yeah, that's where we stand on that. So things are slowly making making around. And if we persist, it should be all right, but if we let it fall by the way in the middle of this now, it'll really look bad. So we have to continue to march. That's it.
And I mentioned it to one of my girlfriends at ABVA, and when she heard Hungary, she says, leave it to me, I'll be shopping for them.
Good, okay, yeah.
Wow.
So we'll get a few things, we'll get some more for them, this effort is early. And we know what we need still. And we're gonna have to prod the college to, shall I say, become a little more proactive. I don't know how they treat the rest of their clubs, but if they treat the rest of their clubs like a redheaded stepchild at a family reunion, I can understand what's going on. So we
And
we
I
will
might
do what
add, we have 175 veterans for this quarter at the college. We've never gone that high.
No, this is
Usually
a new,
100%.
this is a new high, yeah,
Wow.
got a bunch of them out there. Yeah. And those folks, they're appreciative of the place so they can get away from the kids. And talk to their peer group.
Yeah.
That's really important. It's easy to vent with your peer group. And a veteran is a veteran is a veteran, so it doesn't matter what branch you were in. You're all wearing your civilian uniform now, and it's fine. Yeah.
Good. Well,
I don't have any updates for the VetNet. How about the parade, Carol?
I
Like this
can give
beautiful
you
poster?
parade, but first of all, I did not catch that the Save the VA was canceled, because I was doing other things, but we held the meeting anyway,
Oh, okay.
4 of us. And I have information that on November the 18th, the Trailblazers and the Suns are having a free basketball tournament up at Portland, and I have the info if you're interested. It's free ticket for veterans. And then the November 20th, Roseburg High School, high school kids and vets. And that the reason the Save the VA was canceled today was because Bill Duncan's wife passed. I'm gonna say Thursday or Friday, that's Friday.
She,
So,
Yeah,
long
Hear that?
fight.
they brought her down here and then she passed away.
It was expected, but the family was not really on Bill's side, but he prevailed since she had to go.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Any other, I skipped that one. Say anything else for Save the VA?
And I can indeed take the parade. I have here the national,
This beautiful poster
thing for
the
the,
video.
here, proclamation.
Wow.
that's a great poster.
Yeah, I've got this. They send out absolutely eye-popping national things that they send out every year. This has taken everything they've ever done. It's usually, but this is good.
Wow.
So Mary has them at the deal. And we are one of the only few that are recognized nationally for our parade.
That's awesome.
Rick tells me the paper's gotten a hold of him to be interviewed for the newspaper. I don't know who with, but Gwen and Bill Mixon are going to be with Kyle Bailey for his 2 that he interviews for the parade.
Nice.
And I got an email from Tamara, did you guys get it 2 days ago? Proclamation Wednesday, the 29th.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Oh.
didn't get
October 29th is a recognition of Veterans
Yeah.
Day.
It's the,
Commissioners meeting.
yeah, proclamation.
Yeah.
9 AM.
Saw that yesterday.
I think
So if you're a
that's it.
veteran, come to the October 29
Right.
Commissioners meeting at 9 o'clock.
And
Bring your spouse.
Yep.
Family.
Alright, ODBA,
Um,
Tim, you got anything for us?
Yes, I did. We had the ODVA Advisory Committee meeting in Pendleton, and that was the first of last month. And the meeting minutes are distributed by video form, and I haven't gotten those yet. As soon as I do, I'll share those with you. But the Roseburg Veterans Home was one of the main topics. And that was discussed almost immediately by Director Daniels. Also, I got a chance to jump in and comment on what we were told at the last meeting, that $20 million was spent over an annual period by, not spent, but the awards were achieved by veterans. And Dr. Daniels purposely praised Mary Newman. He said as probably
And her team.
the best BSO in the state, so that's of course.
Yay!
Concur.
Yes, and I also spoke to the ODVA Legislative Coordinator, Jay DeFilippo, I can never say his name, DeFilippo, about the cremains bill. And the rules were continually, well, we're waiting for them. They haven't come out yet. And in talking to Jay, he said that he was gonna be one of the big writers of the rules of that. And I said, well, here in Douglas County, we've had considerable experience with the 28 veteran cremains that we found. And thus, we know a lot about it, so we can give you a lot of information. So he said, okay, I'll listen. He also shared with me that in Portland, there's a mortuary that has over 500 unclaimed veteran cremains in their basement. Wow. He said the mortuaries are really concerned about any kind of legal problem they might get into if they release those.
This bill covers them.
Yes. So I think, in my view, veterans should be treated in a different manner.
Yes.
Not to be prejudicial, but it is a federal law that veterans can be given specific funerals and what makes up those funerals. They are given to all veterans. They differentiate between flag officers and Chief Warrant Officer 4 and 5, me, so I'm gonna get the full benefit. Horse going carriage, by the way. Anyway.
We know how to do that.
All of those are all laid out. I think the reason is that's the last true benefit that our nation can give to veterans. So I think the mortuaries should be reminded of that, if you will. So I think we're gonna have a meeting at some point, and
Once the parade's over.
and we'll put our ideas together and what we feel should be included in the rules. And I'll gladly not only send them to Jay, but also hand carry them at our next meeting, which is gonna be in December in Salem. Also, of interest, the committee meets at various places about the state. And on June the 1st, 2027, they're gonna be in Roseburg. So we'll get to host the committee here. What all that'll entail, don't know yet, but we'll when that comes about. Also, there was something not sure if I don't believe I shared with many folks, but I would like to share it with the committee. It's something that came about from one of our committee members, and it's best if I just read it to you. It's in email form, and it starts thus. Good evening, Director Daniels and Chair Van Orijs, which is our committee chairman. He said, I'm reaching out to see if we have a statement regarding the impending National Guard deployment in Portland. I chair the Veterans Affairs Committee for the Portland branch of the NAACP, and the president, who is also a veteran, would like to issue a statement. I wanted to make sure there wasn't already a statement prepared by our committee that we could reference when drafting this letter on behalf of Portland's NAACP branch 1120B. And I guess I would share with you that this particular member is probably one of the more liberal leaning veterans on our group. I think I can label him that way, and I'll tell you why in confidence after the meeting. I don't want to include it in the minutes. But this is a response of our chairman. I I am responding not as the chair, but as one of the 9 members of the committee. I believe the committee should never issue a statement that could be construed as taking a political position other than an issue for veterans' services. If the committee were to involve the group in an official manner, we would alienate a portion of the over 250,000 veterans in our state. We are charged with being the voice for all veterans in our state on issues concerning their benefits. I do encourage all members to use memberships in other organizations as a voice on issues that are as important. And as long as I am a member of this committee, I do not publicly voice my opinion on a host of issues important to me. I participate in other organizations to affect change or at the least start discussion. So I wrote a letter to our chairman saying I fully endorse his position. So this is what this committee, I feel, is truly representing veterans. And we certainly need to stay away from political positions such as the one member tried to push off on us. Thus far, my 2 meetings with the committee, I'm very impressed with the work that's going on and the members as well. Well, maybe except this one guy. But anyway, it's a fully enjoyable participation, I guess, on my part, and I really appreciate being able to do it, and especially representing all the fantastic people we have in our community. So I guess that's the end of my report.
Thank you.
I'll be glad to pursue this cremains issue.
Rick Hudson.
I have a question. Did you say you met, it was a budget committee meeting?
No,
Oh,
no, it was a regular scheduled quarterly meeting
oh,
of the
right,
ODVA,
okay,
ODVA advisory committee
okay,
with Director Daniels.
okay. Thank you.
And I guess my personal opinion of Director Daniels, she's probably one of the better directors that we've had since
Definitely been the most.
since I've been around. And also she has a very special connection with our county through Bill Duncan has really bonded with her, and they've passed a lot of information back and forth about the veterans' homes and other issues. So we're way ahead, I think, of other counties in that aspect.
Yeah, she's quite impressive. Well, thank you for that, and thank you for what you do.
It's my pleasure, and don't tell anybody, but it's fun.
I appreciate it. Donetta, do you have anything for us for?
Well, actually, my report would go all the way back to June, cause I was out of town last meeting. I did have the women's brunch. We had 8 female vets show up to the brunch. They are looking forward to more events in the future. We had a discussion and they gave me a couple things that they would like to do, like feed the homeless and things like that. So starting in January, I'll start to schedule a couple events for the women vets. In August, it ended the program, the B Basics. I had the classes varied. I had 3 different classes, but it averaged about 10 people per class. And the month of September, I ended the Boots on the Ground. We ended with a food preserving class, and we had 6 people sign up for the for the Boots on the Ground, so.
How cool was that? Thank you for that. It's amazing. I don't know if I could handle bees. I'm a little afraid of them. Any other updates from committee members that I missed?
I did the, go ahead, hon, the job expo when you get this.
The what? The what?
Job expo, we had a hiring of student juniors and seniors coming
Oh,
for
it's on the next.
selective service.
Yeah.
Okay, but Rick has some.
Go ahead, Rick.
Oh, I wanted to update my, I met with Oracle, with Cerner. What they did is, I mentioned last time that if you wanted to sign up, they would go into your portal area with you. And I didn't know exactly what they were gonna do, so they had me log into my portal, myva.gov, ID me. I went in there. They did a deep dive into my records. So they opened my tabs. They went into my medical files. They went into like radiology, x-rays, labs, appointments, patient notes or doctor's notes. So they did a deep dive into there and they found a lot of glitches in the system. And this is the operating system right now. And so the guy on the other end, he's watching me do it. You know, it was, he used my computer, obviously, and we were on Zoom, that was it. And anyway, it's interesting because we got deep into one of my reports, and there was a date of service in there that said December 31st, 1969. Now, I was active military at that time, and so he's writing a bunch of stuff down. So we're thinking that it's migrating military records and dates. There's a glitch in the system, so they were able to discover that. And he had a team of people there that were following along. And these are the programmers. These are the guys that are going to try to straighten out the record system. And as you know now, when you're in the military, your military records automatically switch over into the VA system. And it kind of sounds like a mess to me. I'm glad these people are trying to fix it, because he said they're getting ready to implement Cerner in the Illinois area, another VA Vison. So they want to prepare for that.
So you were the guinea pig?
Pardon me?
You were the test
I'm one of
patient?
them.
Yeah.
And by the way, they paid me $60 an hour. So
Wow, there you go, 60.
Big money.
Well, that had to be a good
That's one
experience.
This brings to mind, it's really important that you look at your records. Rick pointed something out, now this has been a few years ago. In his medical record, VA medical record, it said that he had been counseled by a chaplain. And I looked in my record and I had the same statement in mind. I said, what in the world was I counseled? So what we discovered was there was a VA chaplain that was attending a meeting that we were
it was a
involved in.
forum meeting.
Just a meeting, and he somehow, I don't know if he was trying to justify his time or what, but we took, Rick pointed that out, and I think we took action, didn't we, Rick?
Yeah, we reported them.
That's
That's totally unethical.
We weren't counseled, really. We needed it, but we weren't.
We wanted to counsel him. No, whoops.
But it is important to look at your record to see
Yeah,
what's
that's
being
important.
said about you.
Definitely. Well, thank you for that. Carol, did you want to talk about the expo?
Yeah, I did go to the job expo. Like I said, it's a hiring, on hands, job fair, and then they requested specifically somebody from Selective Service come, and that was me, because these young men have no clue about what they have to do to make it through. If you do not sign up, you never get a government loan for school. You will never get a government job, because the first thing they look at is Selective Service. Did he register? I talked to 76 young men, 6 refused me, and 2 of them just turned around and walked off. The rest took the information. So we did our job.
Wow.
What was the attendance? Did they put out a number for that? The attendance, did
I
they?
have not heard, it should be coming out. But I'll tell you, at one point, I swear there was 1,000 people there. We did 67 high schools came from Northern California and all of Oregon were there.
Wow.
So it was a good turnout, and They gave us lunch and
What was it,
It was
7
great.
feathers?
7 feathers. They do it every other year. I'm gonna help, not next year, but in 27, get it all lined up. That's gotta be easy. But it's very well attended and very worthwhile.
Sounded very impactful. Any other committee member reports that I might be missing? Mary's report? Hearing none. Mary, do you like to do your report?
Okay, so I gave you some of the handouts that the VA has about the PACT Act, which are basically for your information and sharing with other people. There's also one that's our publication that is, that tells you what kind of conditions are listed under the PACT Act. So, and that was just, I had that idea on the way out because these are new. So, my staff, my great so first thing on this part is the quarterly report. For the quarter that is from July 1st to September 30th, we brought in $7,400,000 to our veterans. There were 266 brand new claims in that quarter. And the forms that we did, about 1,000 forms a month we processed, getting all these things and getting increased benefits and medical benefits and discharge documents and things like that. So keeps our scanners and fax machines really busy. Yearly benefits to the county from the VA that goes directly to veterans is over 140 million. That includes kind of a somehow they figure out monetary value of health benefits, and also the compensation and pension benefits. So next thing is outreach. So we went to the Agent Orange seminar that was held by Vietnam Veterans Associates on Saturday, and darn it, there were not very many people there, but it's hunting season, so that accounts for that. We did have 4 people signed in and wanted some feedback from our office, so we're getting in touch with them. Next part is, so we were hoping that by the end of this month, we would have direct access to VA through the VB, the Veterans Benefit Management System, where you have the PIV card and you are directly linked to the VA computer. But the VA went on furlough, so all the IT people are not working, processing our benefit cards things. So we're just gonna wait on that a little longer. The Women Veterans Conference that was in September was a really big event. Did you get to go to that, Tanetta?
No, I just came back, so.
Okay. Oh, that's right, yeah. So our association donated 4 flower arrangements that were there. They wanted 50 flower arrangements, so we did 4 of them. And the women veteran VSOs that went said that it was really great, that the topics were the staff that managed the booth said that there were a lot of women veterans who signed up for all our counties. So that was really good. And so somebody was talking about doctors leaving the VA, which that's so I have a different opinion about why VA doctors leave, but so maybe they could figure out what keeps doctors instead of telling us what makes them go away. And
What
maybe
keeps
that would be a-
doctors
Yeah.
is the love of veterans.
That's true. But how else can you enlist them to do that work?
That's a nationwide issue.
Is it?
Physicians nationwide are an issue. In oncology, we experience issues with that as well. It took us 3 years to recruit an oncologist. So it's hard, especially when you're in a rural community. A lot of physicians want to be in an urban area and we just don't have those type of opportunities for them here. When you're in a rural community, you also a lot of them like to specialize in a certain type of field. And when you're in a rural community, you have to generalize your practice to all types of, at least in oncology, you have to generalize everything. You have to treat all patients, cancers. So and a lot of them like to specialize. I wanna do breast cancer, or I wanna do prostate. So that's the challenges that we have for physicians. And being in Roseburg, that's the other challenge. Being in a rural community, just their wives, they have jobs as well. You have to hire not just the doctor, the husband or the wife, but you have to hire their spouse as well, because a lot of times they're looking for jobs as well. Some barriers that we had were that their spouse was a pediatric oncologist. And we don't treat children here in Roseburg. They go to Dornbecker because we just don't have the resources to treat children. So those are just some of the barriers that we have. And I imagine the VA hospital has the similar type of barrier. I know the urology doctors, I think they've been here a really long time. I'm not sure if.
They were, I've seen Dr. Chu for.
Yeah, maybe he retired, I don't know that, but retirement ages, they're retiring out, and then we just don't have the doctors to come back in to replace them, unfortunately. Anything specialized like that, it's really difficult.
Dr. Harris, the ear, nose, and throat at the VA, he lives in Medford. He comes here, he is a retired naval officer doctor, so he has a heart for veterans, so that may be sort of an exception.
Mentioned the optometry section. Dr. Dittemore was really one of the outstanding physicians that we had there, and he quit because he couldn't take the bureaucratic system. He said he just was tired of it. He was close to retire. He retired early because of it. Really, that was a terrible loss.
And I'm sure there's a lot of doctors that are that way as well.
In one of our meetings with the director, about 3 or 4 months ago, the VA has initiated a program where they're trying to reach out to students. In fact, I was in urgent care last Thursday. I had a student nurse give me an IV.
Oh, right.
It doesn't hurt. So what I'm saying is they're encouraging to bring them in to try to get them to stay.
They have a residency program that they created at Avita, where they're trying to groom our local kids to stay local. Because if you can find somebody and put them through school and they're already local, that is something that's been successful, at least for the cancer center.
Yeah,
And
that's what
people
they're
that we've hired.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's frustrating though, I would imagine as a patient. There's not a lot of specialty doctors here in Roseburg, so they go to Eugene. in Portland, so that's always been a challenge for us as well.
We heard in a lot of our meetings, housing, social life, you know, like the theater and
You know, the
restaurants.
big city life.
Yeah, the big
Yeah.
city life.
The young doctors, they wanna, you know, be around big cities and all the hustle and bustle, and Roseburg's pretty quiet, so. But, those are just a couple of the challenges that people have hiring physicians.
Do you know if the universities are ramping up to train more doctors?
Well, we have our local residency program that was implemented to hopefully, you know, boost the residents, the doctors here locally. I'm not sure the answer to other programs if they're boosting them up. I know that we have a big shortage nationwide in physicians generally. So you would think that would be an easy fix, right? But I'm not sure if they're doing that or not.
We had the chief of staff meet with us in one of our meetings and told us they are now training more family nurse practitioners than they are family, regular MDs.
They are taking the advanced practice physicians, nurse practitioners, physician assistants to try to bridge that gap between the lack of physicians. And they do a good job.
Oh, yeah,
They
They do
do.
a really good job.
I have one.
I have one as well. Maybe a solution.
You can't use the nurse practitioners for radiation oncology, at least where I work. It has to be a physician, but they do help. At least primary care. So.
I think one of the, she's not doctor, one of the urologists was a practitioner, the female one that left.
You would think that would be an easy fix, right? Let's put more doctors through, but are people wanting to go into medical care? Are they detoured because of all the bureaucracy that they have to deal with? There's a lot of paperwork that they have to do to meet with federal guidelines. And some of them don't wanna deal with that. That's why we're losing some of them as well. So. What else you got, Mary?
VA has a chiropractor now, that's good.
Okay. One positive, right?
Yeah.
What a positive guy he is too.
Yeah,
He addressed the meeting that we had with the director. He loves veterans. Matter of fact, his wife lives in Florida. And he shared with us that his mother asked him, well, which is more important to you, to be with your wife in Florida or to serve veterans? He said to serve veterans.
Boy, props to her.
I don't know if his wife did that.
His name is Dr. Nguyen, is Vietnamese, so we think there's a connection between his mother's freedom in this country and
Yes.
her past life in Vietnam.
He did promise her that
Take care of veterans.
What else you got, Mary? Anything?
That's about it. Do you guys remember Skip in the wheelchair?
Yeah.
Yeah, he passed away,
Oh.
so that was sad.
Sorry to hear that. How's his wife doing?
She's doing okay. Yeah, she called, she's one that I found out from. She called the office and we're doing her survivor benefit.
Thank you for sending out all those emails that you do.
I get more than that.
But
I kind of pick and choose them. I don't send them all out, but
And I forward them to people that I know in the organizations and then let them decide if they wanna send them to the rank and file, so it's disseminated. I got my reservations at the National Cemetery.
Oh, yeah.
that's
Getting
good.
mine, too.
when are you going?
I'm getting-
It's open-ended. Only God knows that.
Oh, goodness.
Well, it looks like we have an AVVA spouse and survivors benefit
That's coming
thing
up.
on October 8th, right? 10 to 2. Where is that at?
That's at the church that's out Garden Valley past the Cruise Farm is. You don't
Okay.
go left, go. It's the first church you go on, as you go out there.
Any other announcements?
You have a big affair this coming weekend, don't you?
We do, the Tea and Fashion Show. It's a Douglas County Cancer Services benefit for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They're having their fundraiser on Sunday. They're sold out. I think they sold 400 tickets for it, so. And all the money that they make goes to help cancer patients, so.
That's wonderful.
Anything else from anybody? Not hearing anything?
The parade application is on the website.
Great application, and it's, if you have a poster, is it the little scan on the bottom?
Those have been distributed across town. We ran out, Ron Dukes and I put them out Friday, probably 10 more to take care of downtown. And a little, please don't park on the street on the right day. And we are having a parade meeting tomorrow at 5 o'clock at BSO. Tie up our final ends.
All right. Anything else?